What's going on, everybody? This is Tim Baker, Dual Threat Outdoors. Here to talk to you today about my top 5 ever most influential bass anglers. Now, this isn't best or the Mount Rushmore like you guys have already seen. If you haven't seen those videos, check them out. This is just influence on the sport to other anglers, in my opinion, and how they rank. So let's start with the list here, and let's start here with an honorable mention to this list. Just short of the list, but a legend and number 2 in my all-time list for bass anglers, and that is Roland Martin. Roland Martin is the just missed the cut for top 5 most influential. Obviously, all-time great, only guy to win Angler of the Year 9 times. But between that and also between, him having some TV shows for a while, and obviously with, Fishing with his son Scott, he's right up there in the discussion, but just misses the cut at number 5. An honorable mention. Number 5 on this list, God rest his soul, Aaron Martens. Aaron Martin's on this list because of how likable of a guy he was as an angler, and also for being, other than David Fritz's Deep Kraken, really the first great, incredible offshore fisherman. He was doing it before the days of forward-facing sonar and 360, just basic 2D sonar. Probably the greatest drop shot fisherman of all time, in my opinion. Just likable guy. Obviously, very sad when he passed away so early. Had a lot of fishing left too before he went. But number 5 most influential angler of all time for me is Aaron Martens. Number 4 on my list for most influential anglers of all time is Rick Clunn. Rick Clunn, obviously former Angler of the Year, 4-time Bassmaster Classic winner, but he's on the list for me just because of his longevity. Now, don't get me wrong, the last few years he fished longer than he probably should have, but he did win some Elite Series events at the St. John's where they just fished recently. Well up in his years, longer than most guys have. Probably the oldest Elite Series winner ever. I'd have to look that up, but probably is the oldest Elite Series winner ever. But one of the original flippers, not the best flipper of all time, but won many tournaments flipping. You flip the tube, Lucky Craft square bills, that type of thing. So for me, number 4 on the list, most influential of all time, is Rick Clunn. Number 3 on my list is my favorite angler of all time, and that is the guy who goes live for Mike Iaconelli, Goes Ike. Former Angler of the Year, former Bassmaster Classic winner, and on the Louisiana Delta back 2003. And just an all-time great bass fishing Hall of Famer. But the main thing that got Ike on this list for me is just the marketing. He really got a lot of inner city kids fishing with his, his white combos he used to sell, and Dick's and other stores, at an affordable price for, families with lesser income. You really got a lot of kids into fishing with the Ike Foundation. So number 3 for me is Ike. Number 2 for me on the list is a former rival of his, which they're now friends, and the best angler of all time, Kevin Van Dam. But number 2 on this list, most influential, was striking so many KVD baits, sold so many quantum rods and reels, now selling loose rods and reels. Great teacher of the sport, doing his own TV show now. If any fisherman knows who Kevin Van Dam is. So, number 2 most influential all time, Kevin Van Dam. And number 1 most influential all time is the man in the Tennessee hat, Bill Dance. I'm 31 years old. I mentioned this in the Mount Rushmore video that he is a part of. You can't, 31-year-old guy like me as a kid, if there was a Saturday where I wasn't fishing in the summertime, I was at home watching, Bill Dance on TV. First pro angler I knew who he was. Obviously, when I knew who he wasn't the pros anymore, but and when speaking to his pros, he's still a 3-time Angler of the Year. Only fished about 11 seasons. Just over 10 seasons, I'd say 10 to 15. I believe 1967 and 1981, might be off by a year or two, but somewhere in that ballpark. So not a super long career, but still pretty accomplished. And, obviously, you know, the Bill Dance bloopers, you know, guy could laugh at himself. Super nice guy from everything I've seen. And just in my opinion, the most influential angler of all time, the man in Tennessee hat, Bill Dance. That's my list. Top 5 most influential anglers ever. Did I forget anybody? Did I hit it nail on the head? Drop a comment on the video here and tell me what you think. And thanks for watching. Thank you for watching this Dual Threat Outdoors video. If you like this video, be sure to leave it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more Dual Threat Outdoors content.